I've got to try and sum up what's been a fantastic day. I hope you agree. We've been shocked, we've been informed, we've been entertained, we've even learned about quantum computing. And can't wait to tell the kids that one tonight. But of course, you're out there now looking at me saying, so what? So what from all this amazing stuff we've got today? And if you go back to the purpose that we started with this morning, it was to understand the relationship between technology and leadership. And really as a sort of personal thing is how can we better prepare our young men and women, the leaders who are out there, the leaders yet to come who are coming through places like this, to be able to cope with the increasing complexity of what's coming down the road. In fact, what we heard this morning from Pippa is actually already here. How can we better prepare them? So the so what for me to take away and for the Cal is for us to work out what we've got out of today and provide you with some feedback, and more importantly, what lessons have we identified, and more importantly, what are we going to do about that now going forward. And I can't promise we'll do everything. I can't promise we'll have performance-enhancing drugs by next week, but we will at least start to think about those sort of issues and get the debate going, because that's what we should be doing in the Cal. It's raising our sights and looking forward. And I think one of the things I take most heart about today is that everybody has talked about the fact it comes down to the person. That being a leader will always be about that emotional connection with those we are privileged to lead, and also the teams in which we work. Robots will not be leaders for a very long time. But we will have to adapt the way we do lead. And I think some things that I picked up today, the first thing is about the preference of data. The availability of data is only going to get more and more. And that quest for certainty is going to be there. We will be able to predict absolutely what's going to happen because the information is going to be there. But that doesn't take away from the fact that we as leaders need to use our guts. We need to have intuition to get ahead of the opposition. And that has always been the case and will ever be the case, even with the preference of data. And secondly, as you heard from those brilliant young corporals who spoke at lunchtime, they are the subject matter experts now. And we need to be comfortable as leaders to empower them more than ever, that when they know the answers to some of these wicked problems out there because of how well connected they are, that they become the leaders for that task, that we are happy to hand off responsibility to them because they are the ones that will get the job done. But I also think we need to think seriously about our own training, our upskilling, if we are going to tackle some of these problems. And some great things came out today about where we need to look at. We probably need to look at maybe some sort of doctrine for how we get into digital change. We probably need to think about training, immersive training that focuses on the individual rather than the group maybe. Things like emotional intelligence training. Someone very kindly said the MOD is thinking about it now. I'm not entirely convinced we are. We should be looking at training our people in emotional intelligence, perhaps places like here at Pirbright, at Winchester, or wherever. And also, I think, as again came from the young soldiers at lunchtime, we shouldn't assume that people understand the technology, that Generation Z somehow have this magic ability to know about technologies because they've been playing on their PS4s. So I think we probably need some technological training in our basic training and our subsequent training as well, and something that I will have a look at. That's just two things. There'll be many more things that will come out today, and I promise you I will get that out over the next couple of weeks to you all who are here today. So that's the so what for me, for us, the Cal. I think the so what for those of you, for our civilian friends out there, is really I'd ask you please just to stay linked in with us, to stay hooked up. I think hopefully today has shown that we share a lot of common leadership challenges going forward. We value your insights. We are learning from you as much as we possibly can. And, I think, like a lot of things, going forward, it's better if we go forward together. So please stay close. For those of you in uniform, whether Army or Royal Navy, we need to, I would encourage you, please, to link up with the Centre for Army Leadership. If you're not an activist already, please do join us. And if you're in a position of authority, please encourage your people to join up. We are all professional leaders in this room, otherwise we wouldn't be here. And we need to remain incentivized about this amazing profession of ours. And whilst I am delighted that we have 200 activists, we have got an army of close to 120,000, 110,000, 112,000. We need to make sure that we get more, please. And then finally, I'd just like to say thank you. I'd like to say thank you to the wonderful speakers that we've had today. It's been absolutely brilliant, a real experience. I'd like to say thank you to the CAL team for putting this all together, for the activists who've come to help us. I'd like to say thank you for all the backstage team who have made this such a great day. And I'd also like to thank you, the audience, for taking part in it, for coming to support us. I wish you safe travels wherever you're going, and please do stay in touch. Thank you.